All right, welcome everyone with Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Heavenly Delusion, Episode 1. A
All
new
right.
show
New
that
show.
somehow beat Dr. Stone on a poll.
I mean,
All right.
That's the thing, is that sometimes a show just comes out out of the blue, surprises the community, and is like, hey, it's a new thing, hits a lot of the right notes. I am very curious about this show because it's one that I can't nail down from the outside looking in what
the
it
name
is.
doesn't really tell you anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of like this is like a chill vibe kind of show, but it's not. It's more of an intense kind of like intense thriller kind of show, or it's got some darker elements, so just be warned. It's like, okay,
if it's
sure.
Heavenly Delusion, maybe it's psychological.
Psychological stuff.
Yeah.
Is this more Shinsekai Yori? Like what kind of thing are we going for here?
And the last time that I, remember like being so having a poll be such an upset with regards to a recurring show, we were getting 86.
That's true.
So like,
there can be an 86 side of things here,
right?
Where it's like kids in a very extreme situation.
Oh,
kind of
sure,
story.
yeah, that too, yeah.
Because 86 was it's such a special show in terms of its
absolutely fantastic
production, adaptation, everything.
Check it out if you
haven't seen it.
It's like, this beat Made in Abyss season 2 somehow.
Right.
Okay.
So in this case here, now we're in all right. I thought that this was just one that people would really like. Put it on the poll.
And
it
wow.
won. All right, by a decent chunk. So my thing that I have going into this is that I want to be just open to whatever this show gives. And it's also one core, so we're getting a nice, bite-sized portion
to the
there.
point. Yeah.
Yep. And I believe it's of a manga that's not old. Like it's pretty new.
Okay.
Meaning that we're probably going to see a lot of modern influences in terms of the story structure and things like that, which is exciting because I generally like the way that a lot of the newer, like, thriller, more like headier shows are going in the modern zeitgeist of things. So I'm excited to see how this one is handled. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Okay.
Oh no, children.
Cool. Oh. That girl reminds me of Suyu from MHA.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
All right,
I see you. This feels like a sci-fi.
Yeah. It's giving me some Promised Neverland vibes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Heavenly Delusion. What if this was like some psychic shit where the Heavenly Delusion
Oh,
is...
yeah. I mean, yeah, Japan does love focusing on psychics,
And it's like...
It's Mob!
Oh.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely a sci-fi. Oh, shit, okay.
And if they've got a robot
This is
for a
starting off
teacher-
very Promised Neverland.
Yeah. Promised Neverland plus like Shinsekai Yori.
Oh, isolation.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Hard cut.
All right.
Did we just time skip? Oh, fuck. Okay.
Awesome. I love it.
Holy shit. Animation, these backgrounds and...
Yeah, the backgrounds are beautiful.
Fuck. Oh, they're very proud. Yeah, these backgrounds are. Was that kid on the right there in this school that we saw earlier? No.
Oh, you're rich.
Oh, yeah.
There's no door.
I love how casual they are about not only all this, but just...
Yeah, like, it seems like they would be breaking the rules by doing this, and yet
Well, no, this looks like a post-apocalyptic kind of environment.
No, but like they're not supposed to leave the place they were in, maybe, you know? But maybe
well, right,
it's
but
okay.
I don't think that was necessarily a... Like, I think we time skipped a little bit.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Oh, we're celebrating! We're having the good shit.
This is such, like, just quaint music.
I think, yeah. You ruined it!
Yeah.
So they're like the not married couple, not necessarily a
Right.
couple, just kind of.
Well, I mean, he
surviving
called her
out here.
sis, so they might
I
be
mean, that
actual
could be
siblings.
just being nice, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
They do
Oh,
not
hey,
look
Spike.
alike.
起きてたのか。俺は親友とちょっと会いたい人なんだけど、
Okay.
君を目的地まで連れてくついでに探せたら一石二鳥だと思ってんの。
I love zero exposition.
Yep.
Like this is
Just
so
they're going
rare.
somewhere, and she's the bodyguard. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
What do we got?
Yeah. What the hell is this? Oh my God.
Oh, and it's big. Oh shit.
What the fuck are those little? That thing's mechanical.
今日はどっち行こうか。
That's not
Huh.
just pure organic. That's
Oh,
oh.
that could be problematic.
Wait.
僕も男だぞ。
Oh. Oh, okay.
ろくなのがいない。
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That animation. God, wait.
Oh shit.
あれあれ急に引っ込めたぞ見たことねえへんてこな銃だと思ったわおもちゃか何かではったりかもしれ
Oh no.
Oh god.
逃げるぞ。
Well. Oh.
She's your bodyguard?
Yeah. Oh well, he potentially.
Oh. Oh.
What the fuck?
この電池充電できない？
なんでそんなことを知る
まだ立場が分かってねえようだな、おっさん。
U.S. Air Force. Yeah.
あんたら人のことをそっといて返り討ちにあったんだよ。
何の電池なんだそれ
この銃の。
じゃあずっと撃てない銃で制圧してたのか
Works now.
一発も出るか怪しかったんだよ。
バカ野郎のたれ地で無法捨てたのかけ大人やめな
Amazing.
God, the energy of this show is something else.
Yeah.
あと4発撃てると思うと心強い。
4発目は計算に入れない方がいい。出ないことの方が多いもん。
そんじゃトマト天国を目指すか。
Nice. I just love the idea of like, hey, look, we've got 4 shots, and you know it doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah.
I just love all the plot lines they're potentially setting up here. Yeah. So this is
わかんないよ。なんとなく
this is the one.
ただ
So this is the 2 of them.
ことがある。
Uh,
テストがあると分かっていたからといって
they do look
They
similar.
look almost identical except the hair color.
そんじゃコナに相手してもらおうか。
Whoa!
なんだろうね。あの運動神経。
Okay, these are kids with abilities.
Yeah,
for sure. They're being tested in a facility for like something. No, 100% this is them.
外違う。この壁の外。え？
Yeah.
ここより外があるの？ 何もないんじゃないの？あると思うよ。僕が外に出たいなって思ってると、外から2人の人が僕を助けに来てくれるの。その1人の顔が時代にそっくりなんだ。
Oh shit.
Cool.
Oh, I like the way this is set up.
All right.
ここより外ってあるんですか？
それは時代くんが考えたの？
Where was the genesis of that idea?
勘の鋭いところがありますからね。 いずれ知ってもらうことです。
Okay, cool. Not trying to keep it a secret.
Well, I mean, they are, but
Yeah, but not like...
あります。
but it's like, oh, congratulations for graduating. You've asked the right question. You know?
Right, we're not going to tell you, but we don't mind if you find out.
もうお姉ちゃんの言うことにいちいち驚かないよ。
Oh god, they've been through some shit.
もう歩けない。だって野宿したり山越えたり、こんなに
God, the character animation.
場所が続くなんて。崩壊前は日本中徒歩5分圏内に何でも売ってる店があったって。あれは嘘なのか。
Are they all alive?
街の間はこんなもんだよ。
営業してんのこれ？
やってるよ。
Oh. Hello.
9、10、11、12。はい、確かに。
本当にそれでいいの？
Money? Who cares about money?
Yeah.
ありがたい。
So there is some kind of civilization then.
見てもいいです
You
か？
wouldn't care about money then if not.
こんな状態のいい電池がね。
いないか。
Yeah, you got your two people
こ
you're
ういう
looking
人
for.
来
Yeah.
たことないですかね？
あら、いい男。
Reminds me of this anime from the 90s, you know?
稲崎ロビン。
わからんな。
Saki Robin.
もう一人のパンクなおじさんは？
名前はわかんない。み
Mm.
んな医者とか先生って呼んでたから。
Called.
天国って場所で何か思い当たることないですか？
ま、みんなここで言うけどね。
Huh.
Okay,
It
yeah.
is!
Yeah. Oh,
Damn.
shit.
What the fuck?
ケルコちゃん。
はい。鏡が割れてるなーなんて見てたんですよ。
You don't need to explain. I wasn't... Yeah.
蓄電ほとんどできないから日のあるうちに使ってね。
はーい。
I have so many questions.
あのケースってもしかして銃ですか？
ああ、この辺には怪物が出るから。
Okay, we're bringing up
right.
monsters. Okay.
Okay.
ケルコ。
人食いのことですか？人によって呼び方はまちまちなんですが、こう大きくてぐちゃぐちゃっとした形で人を食べるやつ。
Oh shit.
僕らそれ殺せますよ。
あんな銃も効かない。
Did they just out themselves as...
キル光線なら効きますし。
Wait.
Kiru beam.
何そう、何遍も何遍も
Oh
確認
shit.
すんな。
Oh shit.
思うだろ？
Oh shit.
確認したんだよ。
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
おいしい。
Oh god. Are they about to
あ
get
なたたちを
kidnapped?
食事に誘ったのは
Yeah, I think so.
言いにくいことなんだけど、
Is their food drug?
こんな状況の中で育ったのに、今もきちんと
I'm
箸が使え
really
てて
worried now.
ちゃんと教育を受けている子たちだと思うから、近親者同士で子供を作るというのは決まりとか気持ちの問題じゃなくて、遺伝子的な根本的なところに危険があるの。
何の話をしてますか？
Wait.
この子がお姉ちゃんって呼ぶから勘違いさせたかもしれませんけど、ここうち繋がってないんで、それにそもそもそういう関係ではございません。
That's... Wait.
僕は東京で何でもやというか、
Oh my
便
god!
利屋みたいなことをやってて、敬語対象以上の感情はありませんから。どうしたのマル？
Aw.
なんか急に元気ないの？
He's nothing to me.
なんでそんなことを話すの？ねえ、なんか怒ってんの？
No.
僕
Yeah.
寝るかな？
Yep. Shit. Shit, they were drugged. He fell asleep instantly.
疲れてるせい
Yep. Yep.
な
Fuck.
んか
Yep.
変
Shit!
Oh no. Shit.
This whole place is bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's here for tribute.
ここより外ってあるんですか
Holy
ここ
fuck.
より外はあります。浅ましい怪物がうごめく汚れた世界。地獄です。
Okay. I
All
like
right.
it. I like
Yeah.
it. So.
We have so many strange elements to address.
Yeah.
The fucking, like, naked going to kiss the mirror. Like, that was so, like... And then they're like, incest is a bad idea. What the fuck? No, like, that's not the situation here.
And the lady said that while she's still planning to... She had already
drugged them. Yeah.
What, was she worried that the meat was going to be genetically inferior or something?
She's making conversation. She's
Sure.
being genuine. That's the face of someone who's stomached their fear of what they said earlier. So they called it a man-eater, and that immediately made her go, oh, I need to kill them.
Yeah.
What I think that is basically that it's she's got a place that has some kind of deal with the monsters that people come over and get fed. Probably for resources or protection or just, not being eaten.
Holy shit.
Y'all,
This
is exactly my kind of show.
Exactly my kind of show. And,
Yeah.
And at the same time, there's that part of me that's like, wait a minute. It's a one-course show. It's a short show. And yet...
I mean, there's probably more seasons that are going to
Oh, okay, no, that's a good point. Yeah, no, right. It doesn't have to all be wrapped up with this one. But I loved how there was like no exposition given this episode. It was all just you're thrown immediately into the situation, and there's plenty of unique things that are happening, and just elements to the world and everything that you can see that are obvious and apparent, that then cause you to ask so many questions.
Yep.
About this world and what the situation is and all of that. And it doesn't give you anything. Even though these characters all know what the situation is, for the most part, probably.
Yep.
But, why would they talk about it?
Nope.
Right? They wouldn't have any reason to talk about
It's
it.
just in the same way that one of the classic rules of storytelling is why are you saying each other's names so often?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't say the name of somebody that you know very well and you're talking to.
We don't.
But specifically, in a lot of lazier writing, you'll see that stuff happen because it's just a helpful way for the audience to know, wait, so who are they? Well, you'll find out.
Or in a better
Eventually.
way, you'll oftentimes see an outsider character that then has to learn everything, and so then the audience can learn things alongside them.
No
We're not doing that
outsiders.
here. We're not
No
doing that here.
outsiders. If
So-
anything, we're the outsiders looking in. We
Yep.
feel very, very alien to this whole situation
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So, first things first. We have ourselves a classic Promised Neverland style school kind of thing here.
Yep.
Like, almost to a T, it's exactly that. But the question is, why?
Right.
Because they are not necessarily feeding these kids to monsters.
Nope.
But, we'll say, these kids are not necessarily ordinary. There is some
there's
things
some
about them that
supernatural
are
shit going
potentially
on.
supernatural. We have a kid that has some kind of speed, physical enhancements of some kind. He caught his own ball that he threw.
And he
That's-
jumped from like 3 stories up.
Well, yeah. So he's got some stuff going on there. Mime Hime seems to have some mild precognitive abilities of some kind. Just some kind of stuff
general
there.
clairvoyance,
General
yeah.
clairvoyance, or maybe some psychic stuff going on there. And then Tokyo might be the kid Maru. They might be the same person. There's some potential things going on there.
Oh, right. And then them leaving and then going on their travels over time, then it's... Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then that's why...
Right, and
Okay.
that's why I was seeing there potentially being some connections there. Is that then the one who is very clingy to Tokyo, Mime Hime, seems to look kind of like the main girl a little bit, but I think it's more that they have like the stubby nose and the same kind of like kinda like eyebrow kind of thing, even though it's a little bit different. But
with Tokyo, it is way more straightforward.
Way more straightforward.
Like it's like, oh, okay. Now the thing is, as for why this happens, who knows? Could there be some time muckery? Possibly. Could it be that this is the person who left and now they're keeping it a secret that they came from the place that might be the heaven place that this bodyguard person is looking for?
Yep.
Possibly. Could it be that there was some genetic alteration shit and they pulled from, you know, that sort of like this person's or a relative, close relative's DNA or something, and that's why they look like them, right? And that's also where the superpowers come from.
The superpowers can come from the potential, not narcissism, but, you know, a little bit of an awkward kind of moment where they are like gonna make out with themselves in the mirror. Which,
hey,
people got to practice on something. You know,
got to practice.
Yeah.
And if you're frustrated, if you're in an apocalyptic situation, there wouldn't exactly be a lot of like, you know, a large pool.
Practice self-love.
Yeah, exactly. And also, you know, maybe there aren't a lot of mirrors, right? So you know, like.
But I would say no.
She's like, I look good.
I would say no. If anything, they're foraging through a ransacked town.
Right.
That
fell apart, not a town that was destroyed. Right. It's the.
This is an effect of civilization's collapse. Except then we mentioned the fact that Tokyo is still up and running. Money is being exchanged for goods, which means there's some level of civilization.
Right.
But it's that civilization collapsed from the collapse so long ago that there's entire generations born within the context of the collapse. So civilization is more on the up and up a little bit. So it's relatively safe. But we do have at least some measure of different worlds here. Because the director mentioned the only bit of exposition that the outside world does exist, and it is filled with monsters. It is a hell filled with monsters. So that sounds like what we are currently experiencing right now, but we don't know necessarily whether these are happening at the same time.
Right. My like approach that I'm taking to this, as far as interpretation of certain elements, until I get shown otherwise, is that school place is the heaven that they've heard the stories of.
Okay.
There's something that is... I don't think it's actually the same people, but there's going to be some kind of connection there that they'll explore, probably through some supernatural stuff.
Right. We've got two main plot lines, and they're going to eventually have a crossover of some kind.
Right.
Of what kind, we'll see.
We will see.
Yeah.
That's about all I have.
Right, that's the thing, is that this is a theory show, basically. This is exactly the kind of thing. Thank you all for recommending us check this out.
Yeah.
Because it's the kind of show where visual storytelling and paying attention to little details is the name of the game, at least for the first episode here.
And it's a beautiful show.
And it's gorgeous.
So it's inherently
really well
enjoyable
animated.
to pay attention to those details.
Yeah, the backgrounds are
gorgeous.
Evocative, gorgeous.
Yeah.
They give so much. They give so much stuff here.
Oh.
This is a very dead environment, and yet I felt so much life coming from the creative presentation of everything.
And then the other thing, actually, so there's the two things that I mentioned, but then the other thing that I think is almost weirder than everything else is the fact that in this post-apocalyptic situation, right, and we saw a little bit of where she became his bodyguard, right, and it didn't look particularly nice or, nothing like the school, right, yet she's got a laser gun.
Monsters exist. It all falls under the why did things get this fucked up?
Yeah, it's probably a ways in the future, and so this has been developed. All right, cool.
We're a ways in the future.
Yeah, if you've got developing superpowers or whatever in some place, then sure, a laser gun's not far off. But she got one, right?
Well, that's why I think in a lot of ways there's a lot of things that tie into the idea that they are from that environment, not just because there's literally a physical kind of similarity in a lot of ways to their look and stuff, but they're clearly setting up a pair at the school, and they're their own.
A pair at the school and a parallel between those pairs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Seems there's a rule of twos, and they're absolutely working it right now.
And I gotta say,
yeah,
dual main characters.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
That hits
That
us.
sounds.
Woo!
That sounds pretty good.
That's some good shit right there. We love that. Especially with the weird kind of not romance kind of thing that's going on here.
Right. He probably likes her, but she absolutely doesn't like him.
No.
More likely to kiss her own reflection than kiss him. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that was like, oh, that is a scene out of context where I would be so confused. But the thing is, even in context, I'm still so confused. I am sure that there's an explanation that is like more than just the my reflection is really attractive. You know?
Yeah, theoretically, you could say potentially. Maybe this is going into weird territory, but when the lady that ran the inn that might be about to chop them up and eat them or feed them to the monster or whatever, when she mentioned the whole like incest is bad, she might not have been saying that because of the two of them, but maybe because she actually did realize what you were gonna do and kiss the mirror, right? And maybe if we're dealing with parallels between the kids in the school and these kids, maybe there is some aspect of like doppelganger shit going on in the world or something like that.
Sure, like twins or some kind
exactly.
of...
So then the incest is bad thing actually does become relevant, right? Because it's the from her angle, she might like I know that's just your reflection, but you know, who knows, maybe reflections can get weird or whatever, but also you might run into your doppelganger at some point, and I'm just gonna tell you, you don't want to
fuck your doppelganger.
Yeah, like it's not a great idea. like granted, you wouldn't like because if it's your doppelganger, you wouldn't have to worry about like bad gene pool stuff. You wouldn't be able to. Yeah,
can I say something kind of here real quick? Yeah. The idea is that humanity was brought to the brink of extinction. You are vibrant, young, full of life. Good.
It's your duty to help.
It's your duty to help propagate the human race. Don't ruin it with
inbreeding. No,
we already have a potential problem, the gene pool being too small as a species right now. So can you please and it feels so like it's like a genuine thing to be like, hey, she cares about them, but no, she's already fucking drugged them.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing this up?
Yep.
Other than it's kind of funny, but also it's the. Are you so broken on the inside that when you put the knife down, you like sequestered in your mind the, hey, I just went to the pantry to grab the drugs for, everything there, to then the, cool, now I can pretend like this is all just...
If she has those pictures of her beautiful family, and realistically, yes, the reason everybody in the city died for the most part was probably because of starvation. Because if society falls apart, how do you keep them fed? You don't have imported food and things.
There's a lot of food if you're curious and adventurous enough out there.
And also, I will say, one of the inherent problems with cannibalism, my dear children, is that
it's not frowned on in most societies.
Well, no, I wasn't going to say that. Is that it's not sustainable, right? Because the meat of a person, right, will keep you, tided over for a while, right? But the amount of time to make a new person that you can then eat is a lot longer than that, right? In this situation, however, if you have a thing where you use a small portion of the meat, say it's some kind of boar meat, right, to feed people and bring them in and then drug them, you've got a meat surplus, right? Like, I see this as an absolute win. You've got a good chain going, my lady. And then if you also pay some taxes or give a divine offering to this crazy monster
dark
thing,
demon god or whatever thing this is,
you managed to figure out a way to survive in this world by yourself without actually using weapons. Even though, you use the knives afterwards to prep the food.
Yeah.
But
can I go off the deep end now? Because I feel like we've hit that point where it's time for deep end theories.
Go for it.
So I'm going to say that the gun and the monster are the only bits of hard world building we've gotten thus far.
Okay.
In the story from the standpoint of what's actually going on. I think they're connected. There are actual cables that were coming off of the monster when it was we saw very clearly things that were not part of a classic bird structure that were
I mean, there's also the mouth thing.
No, obviously that. But
there's a lot that wasn't bird structure.
No, for sure. But my point is that feels just like, oh, I can't explain that. That's just weird, fucked up, eldritch abomination thing.
Well,
but
weird shit that's organic weird shit as opposed to
yeah. But that's I don't care about that. It's the idea that like I can't explain that under any circumstances. But what I can kind of go into here is that if you have some kind of monstrous thing or what have you, it's called a man-eater or what have you. People call it different things for it or something like that. But if it has some kind of deal with this lady or something, at the very least it has some intelligence of some kind.
Probably some way to... Well,
not necessarily.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe some way to communicate, but not necessarily.
No, not necessarily.
It might just be that she would leave out the bodies for like, maybe it'll get full on those and not me. You know, and that's why she still keeps the gun.
Yeah. So let me cook here. Where did it come from? Well, we know these monsters are not a thing we find on Earth. So until we say otherwise, we're going to assume this is Earth. Like that's Japan, that's Mount Fuji. You know, we're here on Earth. Therefore, the monster either came from somewhere not Earth or was created.
And that's why I think we got genetic manipulation.
I think that's why we have genetic manipulation. I think that's why we absolutely do. I think we have also integrating people with machines. And that's what I think they're doing with the place specifically, is that the gun is an example basically of like, we're taking a very common concept of something here and we're just souping up to the nines, right?
Gotcha. I thought you were just going to make that conclusion based on the fact that the school was run by a bunch of very sophisticated robots.
Well, that too, yes. Yeah. I could go the whole rogue AI theory out the gate, but I'm saving that for more basis here. But the thing that I think that we're actually headed towards here is that the kid who jumped from the place here, it's much easier to have, in what I think in how they're coding the world building here, a harder sci-fi with a blend of the, it appears fantastical, but we're actually going for the hard sci-fi.
Fantasy aesthetic sci-fi.
It means that we need rules. Content. We need rules, which means I don't think aliens, which means I think
so
created by humans, and thus the kid who jumped from the thing there has some kind of alterations to his skeleton. He has some things that have been done there. The monsters were created by people. So then, why the fuck
were the monsters made?
Well, why the fuck have the monsters got such dominion over the outside?
I'd say it's pretty simple. If you have a heaven, you don't want people to come knocking on heaven's door. So you put some monsters out there.
But you don't gain much of anything in any megalomaniacal plot by just killing everybody with the...
No, right. That's why you don't put out tons of monsters. You just put out... You put out enough. You don't need to pay your management, right?
But they have a wall. The kids can't... The kids are literally in like a dome.
No. Not to... No, yes.
To curb the population in general.
Of the people outside.
But there's other nations. There's other things there.
But
civilization collapsed.
No, I know. But they're not going to come bother you. Like, if you... Like think Attack on Titan, where it's the... Like, you know, if you keep a bunch of monsters outside your walls, people aren't going to come to your walls, right? Like...
No, if anything, any kind of structure that has some kind of impregnability or some kind of super safe thing there then could be the heaven that they're looking for. But everyone then would absolutely be looking for a place like that.
If they know that it's there and if they can get to it. If it's just a legend, people...
But then if they can't know where it is or get to it, then what's the point of having monsters in your...
Because people might be looking, right? Like, if the...
But then they would definitely look because there's monsters.
No. Okay. So, there's the possibility that their base could be hidden, but that a determined person could theoretically stumble across it or whatever.
Yes.
If they put a very convincing reason for people to get the fuck out of this area, then they're not going to find it, right? Like... The chances go down dramatically.
There's some cyclical reasoning here that I'm having trouble with. One, you fuck up society potentially with some kind of collapse. Regardless of whether the collapse has anything directly to do with the monsters, right? Because it doesn't necessarily have to. Monsters are now a thing. They're just an accepted thing here in this world. They just mention it. Oh, there's a monster near here. And they go, oh, yeah, those things called man-eaters. They're in the general vernacular of the world and stuff. People don't know necessarily where they come from or anything like that. They're just called that because they happen to eat people.
Stories will spread quickly if suddenly there's a thing that can, fly around and eat people.
But a single monster isn't going to, end civilization or create a story about a man-eater and stuff like that. They know they can kill one because they've already killed one.
Or this gun. We know that this gun is a, monster killer.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're so far beyond, I think, this is a small plot conducted for the purpose of hiding a place to a collapse happened which ruined everything. Not a national thing, not a local thing, like a global thing. And we've been rebuilding for decades at this point,
Okay.
So I can't see the way in which the monsters are some kind of just, they're just there for this facility or something like this. They're way more than that.
I mean, possibly. The thing is, okay.
Either that or the collapse has nothing to do with it, and it's like something where it is completely unrelated. It totally fucked up the infrastructure of the world,
just like you said earlier, and just like that innkeeper's trying to do. Let me cook.
Okay, go for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the monsters, because the world is so far enough removed from our world, even though it's still Earth, they don't have to explain everything.
No,
they could explain certain things with.
Well, they're explaining nothing right now.
No, right. They're explaining nothing right now. But even when we get to a point where we understand what happened, a fair bit of it can be the human race started doing these kinds of things, and so weird shit happened. Right.
Okay.
Like motivations for why these monsters are here could be at some point, the technology got to the level where this kind of biological modification started being able to be done, and somebody decided it was a good idea to make monsters for some reason, or whatever, right? And then it doesn't need to have a specific motivation for why the monsters are here. If there is going to be a motivation for why the monsters are here, I would say then something because there doesn't need to be, right? It could just be an element of the world now because of how crazy and fucked things got, right?
Sure.
There could be having it be this facility. Oh yeah, we do something like that. I feel like that's not that far out there.
Oh, I think that's just way too. It's way too basic for the way they're setting this.
All right. Okay. On another angle, experimentation. This is a thing that basically they're whoever made this thing, right? They were pushing the bounds a bit, but also this is notably not on a human, right? So it's if it gets a bunch of different eyes and a crazy mouth, with teeth and all that shit, who cares? Right? That's not a big deal, Nobody, no person would want to have that kind of modification, but hey, we proved that we could do it.
Sure. Actually, I just thought of something that is really weird and funny. But I was joking about the rogue AI thing. But this monster looks like what an AI diffusion art generator would come up with for a eldritch abomination thing that haunts humanity. I mean, it literally feels about as random and nonsensical. So this is why I bring up the idea that I don't think it's designed to be some kind of guardian thing to protect or to deter people from going about their thing there, because it's just going to leave. It's just going to not spend time around this facility. It's just going to fuck off and do whatever. It could have some internal thing with that, but if it's the collapse, let's assume for my cooking thing, the collapse is just the global economy collapsed for some reason.
Right, something happened.
That's
eventually,
unrelated.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
monsters are a much more like either aliens or human beings.
They exist,
some
and so
shit.
some weird shit happened.
Right.
And the only okay.
No. Go ahead.
Well, the science-y place, right? The school.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most advanced place that we have seen so far in this show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, granted, main girl, she's got a laser gun.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's that too.
Right.
But as far as places that I think would, from what we've seen, that could have the capability of making something like that, unless you go the, like, raw superpower angle, which even then could be traced back to that facility, like,
But that has nothing to do with what you were talking about earlier. I get that, but I'm talking about the idea that the monsters are their own kind of thing where their design, their makeup has no consistency in the way that they appear, like something like Attack on Titan, where the Titans are very
clear. One.
No, I know, but that is a fucked up crow. Like, it does not have anything about it that makes it look...
It's an avant-garde art project.
It's a very avant-garde art project. It has nothing about it that looks like it functionally makes sense.
Well,
Here's
some ways in which it could functionally make sense. It's winged. If you're going to design something for the purpose of, like, actual effectiveness, not just, hey, cool kaiju design, make it be something that's flying, right? Like birds.
Yeah, see these little cables here? When it lands. See those little...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, like, birds are terrifying predators, and the only reason humans aren't worried about them is because they don't predate on people because they're too small, right? But if you got something that was a bird and it was big enough to predate on people, that would be terrifying. That would be fucking terrifying.
A thing of pure nightmare. Yeah.
Right. And so then on top of that, they gave it some good chompers. Yeah, exactly. It's got plenty of eyes for finding people, right? Like...
Right. But that's the thing. This doesn't make sense for a biological organism, in my opinion, and thus I think it's mechanical. Thus, I don't think it was something that was just there to just scare people. I think this is the experiment gone wrong. It is not operating under its intended design.
Right.
It is not there to scare the populace in general. It's a loose thing that... when the director kind of brings up there's hellish monsters out there, if anything, the reason why she's saying that to the kid might be to deter the people inside from doing stuff. But as far as outside, fuck the outside. I don't think they care about that.
And one of the ways that I would say, so with the director actually like telling the kid, like, yes, that's true. And I really like that, especially since we have characters that we're following the perspective of on the outside, so there's no point in maintaining the mystery for the characters inside because we know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
But I could see it being something where it's also hey, if you want to go, feel free to go, but I'm telling you the risks. But also, if someone goes and they were like someone that was causing trouble, oh, hey, they go out and die and don't come back, right? Mm-hmm. Like,
Yeah.
But
and that's where I think we could end up going the simulation theory, which is that there's an aspect of the way that we're dropped into this world that is so different than the setup of what we have on the inside here, that there's some faulty things going on with the perception of the kids. But that's too kooky for me right now.
Yeah, for me the delusion aspect seems to be just the idea that since I'm just considering the school place to be heaven, right, until we get something better.
Yeah.
That's the delusion, right? Like that in and of itself, right? They get this perfect world here, but it's it's limited, all that stuff. The real world's out there and that whole thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're not trying to like cover up the fact that there's a real world out there and that it's pretty awful and all that stuff. So
yeah.
But
Tomatoes.
Those
are an important thing as to why they will tell you about the one guy was like, oh, I'll tell you about it if you like tomatoes.
And we actually did get the episode starting with, hey, here's some tomatoes.
And they were, I believe, at the
school.
At the school facility, which I think is just the thing that the story is basically saying that, hey,
The
you
school
see
is
Tokyo here?
self-sufficient?
Well, no. Tokyo and Maru are the same person. They are connected in some very hard way.
Yes, connected in a very hard way, absolutely.
Yeah, and my just assumption is that they're the same person. That's my my thing there. Mostly just because of the way they edited the episode, but they also really tried to go exact with the design, with the eyelashes being the same kind of like very very much the same. Like they're a focus on the design that is that is not usual in like coded to look like a boy kind of character.
So if they are the same person, then that would bring up an interesting bit of conflict, because you have our main girl going around asking about heaven, and they're just not saying anything.
Well,
well,
he's got somewhere where he needs to go. We don't know where that is.
Well,
that's the whole job here,
right? But
She's
on
the
his
bodyguard.
on his travels, so he might be going to a specific place,
and
or it might be like searching for something in a similar way that she's searching for people, or something like that.
Right. I think that in the general sense, they don't have an exact knowledge of where they're going, because they're not traveling in a straight line. Like, how close are we to the place? Like,
and is it possible that the place where he's wanting to go is heaven? And
possibly.
And that's why they're like...
Yeah, and they just have different ways of talking about it, because it's not something that they need to bring up in every conversation.
Right, and
stuff.
that's why with the
way the story's being delivered,
Well, and trying to get information from the people they run into, that's how it could work, and that could be an explanation for why they've been traveling together, long enough to like really like be close.
Yeah. But all right.
Yeah.
Good mystery opening setup. And y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out my Persona 5 Royal Let's Play on Twitch, and if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.